Hi everyone, Sandra Lemming, and I just want to do a video. I would say I would like to do a quick video. No such thing here for me. This is going to be a slightly lengthy video, but just to update you all, everyone in the community, the digital experts, the mentors community, everyone in the mentors community, just this week, right, just recently, over the last few days, towards the end of last week, middle to the end of last week, Google released what is called GA4, Google Analytics 4, right? So it's a completely new dashboard, right? It's a completely new tracking system. It's completely it looks similar to the old system, but basically what's going to happen is the old system is not going to migrate into the new system. So the data that you've already, if you're using the old Google Analytics, the data that you've been collecting there on the old Google Analytics will not transition over to the new Google Analytics 4 dashboard. Now the GA4, we all must convert our websites over to GA4 by next year, right? So probably by the start of January, towards the end of January, the old Google Analytics will disappear and your tracking will disappear. And if you haven't transitioned over to the new dashboard, you won't have any tracking results. So I urge anyone who's using the old Google Analytics now, I urge you to get in and start downloading your reports. Now, if you're pretty handy with these sort of things, you can actually open the new GA4 and run the new GA4 and the old Google Analytics on the same website. So you can still be tracking in the old Google Analytics and then install the new Google Analytics so you can start collecting data from that, okay? However, it's just as easy to download your reports, right? Just download all of your reports at the same time that you're going to switch to the new GA4 dashboard. And I would suggest that you think about doing this sooner rather than later. Yes, there are some features missing in the new GA4, but as Google says, as they, do things and update things and whatnot, they'll be turning on more and more features and adding new features and stuff like that. So the new GA4, you can find out a little bit about it on YouTube. Everyone's talking about it. All the website developers and stuff, they're running videos and stuff on YouTube about the new Google Analytics 4 GA4 upgrade, and what it does, how it works on AI, artificial intelligence. Now, for the whole, GA4 is a lot better than the old Google Analytics. So the tracking that you're going to get for your website, for people who visit your website, so basically Google Analytics tracks the traffic to your website, but the new GA4 dashboard is going to do a whole lot more, right? So a lot of people weren't happy with the type of tracking that you got from the old Google Analytics. They found it very basic. It didn't tell them some things that they needed to see, and people found it hard to use. But the new GA4 with its artificial intelligence is going to be a learning dashboard. So the tracking of traffic to your website and your pages, your landing pages, thank you pages, your funnels and things like that is going to be a whole lot better and more precise. So your demographics and everything are going to be a lot better. So for the whole, GA4 is really exciting. It's a brand new release that a lot of people have been looking for, a lot of people have been asking for, and it's just a shame that Google couldn't integrate the old Google Analytics dashboard with the new one. But hey, with a new upgrade and a new change, sometimes there's a little bit of pain moving over from the old to the new. So what I'm here to do today is I'm here to talk to the community about the new GA4 and how it's going to fit into what you're doing. So this video is for advanced users. So this video is for old Mentors members who have already got their websites set up and already done their Google Analytics, and they've got the old Google Analytics. So at the moment, you're looking at the old Google Analytics dashboard. Now, in the SFM training, when the new Mentors dashboard was released, that they released a brand new website training, right? So a whole new, better website, way to build a website and whatnot, website training. Now in the website training here in module 4, this is module 4, website setup, right? There's a module in here called Installing Google Sitekit. Now, in this module, Stuart walks you through installing the Google Sitekit plugin on your website. Now, that in itself is simple enough. Then he walks you through doing your Google Analytics, right? Now, the mistake that a lot of people make with their Google Sitekit is they're logged into their Gmail, their free Gmail address. So even though they have G Suite, their business email, when they go to their Google Sitekit plugin in their website and they click on Google Analytics, they actually go to Google Analytics. It opens up in their free Gmail account, and then they create the Google Analytics with their free Gmail account, and then they install the UA tracking code into the web scripts area, and then they wonder why their Google Sitekit plugin doesn't work. And it's usually because you've registered your Google Sitekit plugin on your G Suite email, but you've created your Google Analytics on your free Gmail account email. So just make sure when you are creating your Google Analytics account, make sure that the email address in the top right hand corner is not your free email. Well, just make sure it's the same email address that you've registered your Google Sitekit on, right? So if you register your Google Sitekit with your free Gmail address, make sure you create your Google Analytics account with that exact same free Gmail address. If you register your Google Sitekit plugin on your business, your G Suite email, make sure you create the Google Analytics account with your G Suite business email. Otherwise, the two won't gel, they won't mix together, and you won't be able to get Google Sitekit to work. Now, that's another story. I'm going to move into the whole GA4 and whatnot. So for brand new members, right, I'll go over the brand new members first, and then I'll touch for the other members, the more experienced members who have already built their website and you've already installed Google Sitekit and you've already registered your website on Google Analytics, the old version. I'm going to go over it for the new members first. So if you're brand new and you're in module 4 and you're up to installing the Google Sitekit, and you get to this version here where you've created the Google Analytics dashboard and you're here, you won't see this, right? So you won't see tracking ID UA161. You won't see this. Your dashboard on Google Analytics will look different to Stuart's, okay? Now don't panic, right? You're still going to copy the global site tag. It's just you won't be on this screen, and I'm going to show you the difference. So this is where you guys who have already registered your websites with Google Analytics and the Google Sitekit on the old Google Analytics might want to jump in and start paying attention. And new members, just watch what I'm doing. You still need a global site tag, but you can still use the Google Sitekit plugin. Just make sure, right? Just make sure that your Google Sitekit plugin is up to date. So make sure you don't have any updates here. In the update section, make sure there's no red dot saying 2, 3, 4, whatever. If there is, go in and have a look. And if one of them that needs to be updated is the Google Sitekit, well then please, by all means, go and update the Google Sitekit plugin because you need the new version of the Google Sitekit plugin for this to work. Right? So once you've installed it and you get to this section here where you connect Google Analytics, I've already connected Google Analytics. So for brand new members, you won't have that. You'll click on that and you'll get to this stage here in the video where Stuart's showing you to copy the global site tag here. Now, yours will look different because you will be on the G4 dashboard. So let me go here for the moment and let me just show you the difference. So I'm going to go down to admin. And I'm going to click on admin down here, and this is different. So as you can see, I'm not on the new GA4, right? I can upgrade to the new GA4, but just before I do that, this is what you'll be this is what you'll see on Stuart's training video. So on Stuart's training video in the SFM dashboard on the Google Sitekit plugin, you'll see, as you can see there, UA tracking code. And if I go back to my dashboard, just let that finish loading, you'll see I have the same, right? There's the UA tracking code. So my website, Just WordPress Tutorials, with the Google Sitekit plugin is linked to this Google Analytics account, right? And that is the global tag, right, that I copied and I pasted into my web script area in here, right? But what I need to do is I need to, for the new members, I need to show you what to do here. Okay, so just for a moment, I'm going to open up a new email address, different email address, and I'm going to go to Google Analytics. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go there. And I'm going to change the dashboard over, don't worry. Just so you can see the differences, right? And I do apologize that it's taking a little bit to load. My internet is struggling at the moment because we're in storm season here where I live. So there's a lot of thunder and lightning around at the moment. I'm actually surprised I still have my power, to be quite honest, which is a miracle because I've already this week lost my power for 7 hours. So here we go. I'll go to this email address. So see, this is how you make sure you check your email address on your Google Analytics to make sure it matches your Sitekit plugin. So I'm just going to change because I've got a brand new Google Analytics account on this one here. So you can run two if you want. If you have an old Google Analytics account, you can run a new one. But for new members, just pay attention, right? So as you can see, this is the new GA4 dashboard, which even on this area here looks slightly different. But I'm going to go into the admin section, which is the section that you're going to see when you follow Stuart's videos and you create a Google Analytics account. So don't let the fact that you're seeing a slightly different dashboard set up in Stuart's videos stop you from doing what you need to do, because the process is the same, right? But the difference here is you don't have tracking info. Like over here, I had tracking info and I was able to click on that. So if I click back here and go to here, like this, I see here I had tracking info under property user management. If I go back here under property user management, I don't have tracking info. So, I'll click on that tracking info and then I'll go to tracking code and then that gives me the tracking ID. But on the new GA4, right, so that's the old Google Analytics, on the brand new Google Analytics, so it's the same Google tag site code, it's just written up a little bit different. It doesn't have a UA tag in it, still has an ID number, just doesn't have UA dash, but it still says global site tag, so it still says GTAG.js, and it still looks like that, right? It's still in a box like that. So on the new Google Analytics 4 dashboard, this is where you'll be. Data streams. Data settings. Data collection. Let me find it. I'll find it in a minute. Data streams. Click on that. All right, so this is what you'll be looking at, something similar to this, right? So you're looking for the global site tag. That's what you're looking for. right? And it'll be in a box that looks like this, and it'll say Global Site Tag. So on Stuart's video, where he gets to here and he tells you to copy the global site tag, what you need to do if you're in the new GA4 is you're looking for the global site tag, and you need to copy that code, and you need to follow along Stuart's instructions, and you need to paste it in here. So what I'm going to do to make this easy for new members is I've got the Google Sitekit plugin on my website. So here's the Google Sitekit plugin. This is the email address that I registered my Google Sitekit plugin with, and it's the same email address that I have my Google Analytics on, right? Just WordPress tutorials, just WordPress tutorials. There's the Gmail address, and there's the Gmail address. So make sure those two email addresses match. You cannot have a different email address over here to what you have registered with Google Sitekit plugin. Otherwise, the Sitekit plugin is not going to work. So, just make sure of that before you go ahead. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to change my just WordPress tutorial over to a G4. The brand new Google Analytics dashboard, so you can see what it looks like, so you can see the process of setting up your Google Analytics on the new GA dashboard for your website using the website Google Sitekit plugin, right? The Sitekit plugin. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And just bear in mind that the process that Stuart goes through in this video is the same. Right, the foundational process is the same. It's just the dashboards look a little bit different. So don't panic and don't freak out. Just make sure you've got those couple of things right. So make sure you've installed the Google Sitekit. Make sure of this address here. When you click on Connect Google Analytics, make sure when you're creating your Google Analytics account that it's the same email address up here as what is showing here. So before you even create your Google Analytics account, before you click the blue button and it says Set Up Analytics Account, make sure you select the same email address to set it up on as what's with your Google Sitekit. Now, once you've done that and you go into Google Analytics, then you'll be at this section of the video of Stuart's where you need to copy the global site tag and paste it into your web scripts. And for all of you guys who have done the old Google Analytics, I'm now showing you how to switch over to the new one and change out the old codes and start tracking with the new data on the new GA4, the new Google Analytics, okay? So I'm just going to go into my Google Analytics and I'm going to go back here and I'm going to get to this section here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade to GA4. So I'm on just WordPress tutorial, so I make sure I'm on the right one. I'm on the correct email address, which matches my Google Sitekit. And I'm going to go into here and I'm going to upgrade to GA4. Alrighty, so there you go. It's not connected yet. Get started with Google Analytics Properties 4, right? So I want to get started, right? I need to create a new Google Analytics Property 4. I mean, I can connect existing ones, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to create a new one. So I'm going to click Get Started. And this goes through the wizard. The wizard can also enable data collection using blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to tick this box here, right? Well, I don't need to tick that box there. Sorry about that. I'm going to click Create Property, right? Okay, so I'm going to get started. If this doesn't work, I'll just create a whole new Google Analytics property for you for this. There we go. It looks like it's creating the new property. It could have had something to do with my internet, right? I never freak out when I get these messages because, you know, if my internet is lagging a little bit at the time due to thunderstorms, windy weather, work on the lines, or just, you know, too many people on the internet at the same time, then that can be a reason for warning messages or messages saying, oops, this didn't work, try again, blah, 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 right? So when you get messages and stuff that go, try again, do this, you know, la, 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 don't freak out, right? It's nothing stressful. It could just be something as simple as your internet isn't strong enough, right? They could, you know, you could just be hitting peak time on your internet. So peak time would be all the kids have gotten home from school, they've booted up all of their, you know, PS4s and their online gaming and stuff like that, and everybody else is on the internet, and so your internet is being shared out amongst a ton of people in your area, so your signal strength is reduced, right? Your data and signal strength are reduced, so your internet quality isn't as good as what it could be, right? So don't stress out at times when you just get messages that block you, that look like they're blocking you, and oh no, I can't do it. Don't do that, right? Just please don't do that. Do not give yourself bad self-talk, because if you give yourself bad self-talk and you go, oh, I've stuffed it up, this is all my fault, I'm not techie, I'm so useless, then that is what you're going to be. What you tell yourself you are is what you are going to be. Okay, so just remember in 2012 when I started this journey, I didn't even have an email address because I didn't know how to send emails. I didn't even own a computer. I didn't even own a smartphone. I didn't actually own a smartphone until 2017. The phone I had before 2017, all it could do was send out text messages, speak to people, you know, talk to people, didn't even have a camera. That was it. Phone calls and text messages. That was it, right? So, and here I am in this day and age, I'm coaching, I'm mentoring people, and I'm teaching people things, right? So, and it was because of the self-talk. I learned a really good lesson through some really great guys, the Satori Prime guys, Guy and Alon Ferdman, and they used to talk about having quality conversations with yourself, and I did a few of their, you know, their self-development trainings, and they taught me to speak to myself in a different language. So if you tell yourself you're not techie and you tell other people you're not techie, that's what you're going to be. And that's where you will sit until you change the conversation you are having with yourself. So do not get on a call with me and say, I need your help because I'm not techie, I don't know how to do these things. Because to me, I find that denigrating to yourself, and it is also, you know, a waste of time, because I'm not going to be able to teach you because you've just told yourself right from the get-go that you're not techie. So anything I try and teach you, you're not going to learn because you've just put up a big brick wall right from the start. Okay? So you don't have to be techie to do this stuff. Techie to me is somebody who actually takes the back cover off a computer and goes in and changes the circuit boards and things like that and fools around with the wirings and stuff. That's what tech is to me. Building a business online is not tech to me at all. It is just skill sets that you need to learn. Alrighty, so here we are. I need to do the tag installation. So I'm going to click on this one here. And it's going to bring me to here, and I'm going to click on here. And I mean, I don't need to, you know, I don't need that tag up there. I mean, just ignore that message for the time being. So just click the X in that box. Do not copy that code up there. Come down here and see where it says global site tag, your G tag, you know, JS, right? What I was talking about before. And as you'll see, they've integrated Google Tag Manager to the new GA4 as well. So, you know, you just might want to keep that in mind. All right, so global site tag. So we're going to click on that. And this is the tag that I need to copy and paste as the first item into the head of every web page. Now, if I didn't have a website on the DBL inside of the Mentors dashboard, that is a process that I would have to do elsewhere. So if your website isn't on the DBL and you can't, you can't do this through the DBL, think about installing a plugin called Headers and Footers and install this code into the header and footer plugin. Or if you have the Divi website or a page builder website that has the facility to install your Google tags, install it there, right, in the code section. So now I'm going to copy this code. So I'm just going to click on here and I'm going to click on copy. All right, so I'm just going to click copy. And I'm going to go over to my Mentors dashboard and I'm going to delete this tag here. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to delete all scripts. And then I'm going to open that back up again. And for new members, you won't need to delete script, right? So just ignore me deleting the script. You're just going to open up the website scripts and you're going to come into here. So for new members, following Stuart's video in the SFM, copying the global tag, right? You're in the new G4 dashboard and you've copied the new code. You're going to come back here. You're going to click on website scripts, not Google verification, website scripts. And you're going to paste your new code in here. And then you're going to scroll down the page. And if you can't see these buttons down the bottom of the page here, just go up here and reduce your zoom, right? Until you can see your buttons down there. And then I'm going to save script. And I have the new code there installed. So all I need to do now is I just need to go to Google Analytics here. And I need to go back to admin. And I need to delete this old property from here so that my Google Sitekit plugin can be connected to here. But I'll do that after this video, all right? But for new members, once you've copied your new code here and you've gone back to here and you've installed it in your web script area there, all right, you paste it in there and you've clicked Save Script, and then you follow on with Stuart's video here. You will ignore this dashboard because you can't do it. So watch Stuart. So we copied the new code, remember, from the GA4 dashboard. We come back into here. We come to My Sites. Web Scripts. So that's where you paste your new script and save script. Right, so refetch his Google account. There we go. And you can follow on with the rest of the video, right? So there you go. That's what the new members need to do. For the old members, you can keep your old one running, or you can, you can delete the old property. To delete an old property, it's really, it's not really that hard. I can show you how to do that, or you can just follow the instructions here. Actually, I might show you how to delete an old property. So anyway, I should have, there you go. So I've got 2 WordPress, I've got 2 Google Analytics accounts. So to delete an old property, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to go to, so I'm on the old property. So make sure you're on the old property, not the new property, if you want to delete the old property, right? So I'm going to click in here. The old property will have the UA tag in front of it. The new property will have this tag, the 250805377 tag. Okay. Now, if you want to delete the old property, make sure you select the old property and you click on the old property and you're on the UA tag property. Then click on property settings. And once you're in here, I'm not going to remove the old property for the moment. I'm just going to keep it there. But once you're in here, just click on move to trash. And once you click on move to trash, that will remove the old property. You'll have the new property going. Make sure you've installed the new web script into here. So make sure you've deleted the old web script and you've got the new web script in here. And then once you've done that, go back and refresh your page here. And your Google Analytics should still be working, and it should switch over to the new one. So there you can see I've got the new Google Analytics tracking happening there now. So there you go. Right, 1 visitor, 0 clicks, and 2 impressions. All right, so that's all you need to do to switch over to the new Google Analytics. If you're an old UA tracking person, if you're a new member, do exactly as Stuart says in this video, except just use your new tag out of your GA4 dashboard. So you're still looking for the global site tag, right? Right, so you're still looking for the global site tag, and once you copy that global site tag, then you can go back here and paste it in your web script area and click save. And remember, with your Google Site Kit, make sure here this email address is the same as the email address of your Google Analytics. So make sure this email address here is the same as this one here, and your Google Site Kit will work. So I hope that's explained everything to you. Just take your time, follow Stuart's video, don't stress that things look different. You're using the new GA4, you still need your global site tag. So you'll still need the global site tag, which is global site tag, not the Google Tag Manager, but the global site tag. So you'll still need that one there. So you'll still need to copy that, go back to your web script area, place it in your web script area, and then go to your Google Site Kit, refetch your account, and everything should be fine as long as the email addresses are fine and you've installed the web script in the web script area and click save. It will still work. Even though it looks different to Stuart's training, the foundation, the process of what Stuart's doing hasn't changed. It's exactly the same. You need to copy the global site tag and paste it into your web script area. And for those who are changing over from the old account to the new account, you can still run both. So you can leave the old tag in there and then paste the new tag in there as well and run the new and old side by side. But like I said, you may as well, because the old one's going to go away, so you may as well download any reports that you want and then just switch over your old Google Analytics to your GA4 Google Analytics, the new Google Analytics, before Google automatically does it for you, and they won't switch you over. They'll just take away the old Google Analytics, and then you'll start getting these emails from Google saying that your website is no longer registered with Google Analytics and the tracking isn't done. And that will affect all of your things. So it will affect your Google Ads account. So if you've got Google Analytics and your Google Ads account set up with you, together, make sure you go through, if you're changing over to the new GA4, make sure you go through and reset that up. If you've got Google Analytics linked to your Pinterest, make sure you go through and redo that. And if you've got it linked to your YouTube, make sure you go through and redo that. All right, so that's me signing off. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, please send me an email at sandra.lemming@digitalbusinesslounge, or get my email from SFM support, or hit me up in the mentors community. I'm happy to answer some more questions, but basically just follow along with what you're learning. Just because your dashboard looks different, you can still do the same thing. You just need the global site tag to copy from your analytics, your global site tag. So it doesn't matter whether you're on the old dashboard or the new dashboard, you still need your global site tag copied and pasted into the website script area inside of the Mentors dashboard in the DBL tool suites, if that's where you have your website listed. If you don't have your website listed there, you may need to install a header and footer plugin depending on the theme that you're using. Anyway, this is Sandra Lemming signing off. Bye for now.